Yeah, I'm live today, guys. Welcome to class. How is everyone doing? Welcome. I see Ma'am Dora. Ma'am Dora, how are you? And everyone that will be joining us, welcome. This is a session where we have conversations around personal transformation. My name is Faith Michael, and if today is the first time stopping by, thank you for stopping by. Please do well to subscribe to this channel so you can keep yourself connected to what it really means to experience the life of growth, the life of transformation, and moving from where you are to the next level. So, in today's session, we're going to be discussing cultivating a creative practice. Yeah, I'm excited. Cultivating a creative practice. Whenever I want to talk about creativity, I'm always so elated because this is my life. This is my first-hand experience in all dimensions. Yeah, creativity is a beautiful thing. It's a sacredness. But whenever somebody says I'm living a holy life, I'm always quick to be like, okay, does that mean that you are living the life of full expressions in terms of what God has called you into? So, cultivating a creative practice is our topic today, and the subtitle says how to own your awareness and become receptive to inspiration. All right, only your awareness is necessary for you to be able to cultivate this practice. Okay, becoming receptive to inspiration. Of course, if you are not receptive, you are not open to inspiration. You are not like a container or a vessel that is able to receive, that is open for receptivity. There is no way you can really take your creative practice to the next level. It's a beautiful experience. I have a couple of books I would also be recommending in this session, and that is why it is called the Reader's Public Show. I teach and I recommend a lot of books to help you integrate the lessons, just in case you want to go read them. Okay, we also have the Readers Book Club in the system where you can be more intentional to read. It's a place where we are really strict about the need for you to build intentionality around your growth, be able to execute on your ideas, and become really accountable. So we're going to try as much as possible to drop the link in the description so you can go check it out and subscribe to our book club. Thank you for joining me today. So let's get right into the conversation. I'm already excited. Okay, the first point I have here, guys, if you see me looking here and looking down here, you know I'm trying to look at my notes as well so that I can teach you based on what I have prepared. Yes, I'm ready for you. Okay, so creativity as it is, okay, can be fueled by purposeful practice, not necessarily intelligence. If you look at the likes of Leonardo da Vinci, you look at the likes of the great people, Socrates, Aristotle, and all the amazing personalities that you have seen out there, most of the times we'll be quick to say that um, their creativity is as a result of the fact that they are intelligentials, that they are very, very intelligent. They brought the knowledge and the capacity right from heaven. Yes, we are quick to say that, but research has also gone deeper into this process to begin to say that intelligence is not really the major when it comes to creativity, though to a level you should have a certain capacity of IQ, maybe above 80%, 70%, as the case may be. But when it comes to creativity and really doing the needful, really being able to step into what it looks like to express your infinite potentialities, you are going to realize that a lot is necessary for you to be able to do this. Sunday, how you doing? Welcome to class. So a lot is necessary for you to be able to do this. So guys, you're going to take screenshots, go and remind them on the various platforms that we have started. Okay. So I don't wait for nobody. I've started already, so you may have to listen to the replay from the beginning to know where we started off from. But we're discussing the subject of today. All right. So you may be thinking to yourself, portrait, I'm not that intelligent. Portrait, my brain is not working well. Oh, I read, I don't remember, or I can't understand. Okay. Ma'am Evelyn, how you doing? Welcome to class. I read, I don't understand portrait. So how do you intend for me to begin to cultivate this practice? How is it possible? I see you do amazing things portrait, and I'm like, oh, this woman, she's just gifted, she's just blessed. I remember back in 2010, 2011, officially I became a Sunday school teacher in 2012. Yes, I was an assistant Sunday school teacher for that full year. Yeah, I was teaching in church, and in 2013 I became a full-blown primary teacher. Okay, for those of you that attend certain churches, you understand that before you become a full-blown Sunday school teacher, you have to be an assistant. You have to assist. So I became a full-blown Sunday school teacher in my church in 2013. So teaching back and forth, I really realized back in 2012 that I was born for this. Teaching was my thing. Like whenever I open my mouth to teach, it was so powerful. Guys, if you can hear me, let me know. You can hear me in the comments. And before that time, prior to that time, I've been in the choir department. I've been singing back and forth, but I wasn't really able to sing so well. I've paid for sessions with musical experts to help me out. But the passion and the interest, I don't think I was seeing it. I was the type that really understood how to sit down to learn so well. So I'm a learning machine. So for somebody who loves to learn a lot, there has to be an outlet too for expression, okay? So that there will be some sort of balance. I think that was it for me. And then I became a teacher. So it was there, and then I started nurturing the interest and the passion to really want to, impact people on a global scale. Yes, I used to talk about how that I want to reach out to more people, I want to bless people. So, friends, what am I saying in a nutshell? It became something that I started nurturing, but the truth remains that when it comes to growth, when it comes to growth, for you to be able to take it to the next level, there has to be a purpose, right? Otherwise, your growth will not be swift. Your growth will be scattered here and there. You'll be here, you'll be there, and you'll not have a focus. So, creativity in itself is fueled by purposeful practice. Because if you want to stand out in your industry, if you want to stand out in your endeavors, you've got to understand the concept of what creativity, how that you have to be more purposeful in your life. You have to be more intentional in your life. Intentionality is a true act of leadership. You have to be more purposeful and intentional in all dimensions of your life. Yes, it's the best way and the surest way to begin this journey. Creativity is fueled by purposeful practice, not necessarily whether you are a student, you carry first all the time. Most of the people, I think this man Robert Kiyosaki wrote a book titled Why A Student Work for C Student and B Student Work for the Government. I sold that book so to so many people in those days. People are like, oh my God, I'm a C student. I want A student to work for me. I want a student to work for me. Guys, I want to read this book. I sold that book to a lot of people. It's a big book. I think I still have it here. I have that book. Why a student work for six students and B student work for the government. If you've not read that book, I would encourage you to read it. It's a great book by Robert Kiyosaki, right? So that is to say that creativity is at the core of what we do, whether as a business person. Can you do one thing in 1,000 ways? Just like the story of Thomas Edison that came up with the electric light bulb. Guys, is it Thomas Edison? I'm always confusing Thomas with Albert Einstein. I think it's Thomas Edison, right? Came up with the electricity that you can see me this hour. It's a beautiful thing. But he was able to do this thing, experimented for more than 8,000 times. Some research says he did it for 10,000 times. Okay, that is creativity. Like being able to do one thing 1,000 times. My goodness, that's so beautiful. Like many a times when I send my details to my graphic designer, I'm like, okay, please work on my flyer for this program, and then the graphic designer does it a certain one. I'm like, no, I don't like this, and then they go back to, okay, Thomas said this. Thank you for the reminder. The graphic designer goes back to work on it again, refine it, make it better, and present to me. I'm like, can you change the package entirely? Can you change the format entirely? I don't really like this format. No matter how you tweak it, I don't like it. And they keep changing it. Sometimes you get up to like 5 to 10 patterns before you're finally able to get the one that you really love. Do you see that? So creativity is a beautiful thing. How creative are you? If you are in an industry, the more creative you become in that industry, the more you are able to stand out. See, if you are very creative, you are going to leave other people behind. That's the truth. People that are not very creative, you are going to leave them behind in that same industry that you are in. You're going to be like in the highest rung of the ladder, while they will be scrambling at the bottom, because you are very creative. So creativity is important. Whether you are selling shoes, you are selling bags. I was selling books, guys, and I was carrying my books on my head to different churches to talk to people. That was creativity. I was always looking out for ways to do this thing again and again and again and again, till it finally that landed me in coaching. Doing it again and again. And even in the world of coaching, I'm constantly tweaking, I'm constantly looking out for how to serve the different segments of people that I have in this congregation, in this environment. Okay, so it is filled with purposeful practice. Mandora, fueled, that's like fuel, and what we call fuel. It is fueled by purposeful practice. So if you're not a creative person, forget about it, forget it. You are not going to be able to fly high. People are not going to see you at the top real fast, because you are not doing that thing in multiple ways. So how creative are you? Think of the many ways you can begin to make your industry very powerful. I talk about making reading a fun and effortless experience, or a fluid and effortless experience for people across the globe all the time. People are like, how is she going to make that happen? Reading becoming fluid and effortless. For me personally, I'm constantly brainstorming, I'm constantly praying, I'm constantly thinking, how do I make reading fluid and effortless? How do I make it a fun and purposeful experience for the different segments of people? Before now, we used to sit for the African continent. Yes, we have a heart for the African people because this is our origin. But by the time our network started expanding to different countries across more than 4 continents, we needed to change it from African continent to the globe, because when we're no longer just serving the African people. All right, right now people from different countries buy my books, right? Buy my books from different parts of the world. Okay, sometimes from Europe. Today I got an American that got my book. Yes, so people from different part of the world, sometimes from Asia, sometimes from Africa. So how do we make this reading of a thing a fluid and effortless experience? Okay, how do we make it beautiful? You have an idea. How creative are you around that idea? How are you able to extend that idea in a way that it is able to touch to the different segments of it? Do you understand? So creativity is a beautiful thing. It is a test of your divergent thinking. Write that down. It is a test. It is a test of your divergent thinking. I'm going to be talking so much around critical thinking, maybe in the days ahead. Okay, it is a test of your divergent thinking. I recommended the book by Edward de Bono. If you want to learn so much about divergent thinking, lateral thinking, the different ways and manner at which you can think, you can cross your thinking, you can diverse to different areas within the same sphere, go and learn from Edward de Bono. All right, go and study his work, the work of Edward de Bono. So creativity is a test around your divergent thinking. Yeah, happy International Women's Day, Mom Innocentia, Mom Dora, every woman in the house. Thank you for the reminder. So it is a test of your divergent thinking, your ability to find multiple solutions to one problem. Multiple solutions to one problem. My brain is constantly calculating. How do I come up with multiple solutions to the lives of people? Mom Innocentia, you are in the world of food. You want to be able to help people eat well, eat in a healthy way. How do you constantly brainstorm and think about the multiple ways you can create solutions to the problem you have seen in the food industry? All right, to the problem that you have seen in the food industry. How do you constantly refine the approach? Okay, so let me go back to, I want to recommend books. I'm going to recommend books for us, and I'm hoping to teach one of these books in the Book Motivation Monday for Monday. Yes, this coming Monday. So, you guys, we normally have Book Motivation Mondays every 5 a.m. What? So we've got about 4 books here. I'm going to read one of them and share on Monday in details, right? Number 1 book I want to recommend, its title is The Creative Curve. Oh, I love this book. by Alan Gannett. Alan Gannett. You can type it in the comments. The Creative Curve by Alan Gannett. How to develop the right idea at the right time. That is the subtitle. Isn't that beautiful? How to develop the right idea at the right time. How to develop the right idea at the right time. The Creative Curve by Alan Gannett. Such a profound book. Beautiful, beautiful. I was just going through the book, and the author was just talking about your creative curve. What is the creative curve? What uniqueness are you bringing to that sphere of engagement? What uniqueness are you bringing to the table that when people see, they're going to be like, oh my God, who did this work? Who came up with this value addition to this very industry? And they're going to be so blown away. All right? They are going to be so blown away. So, The Creative Curve by Alan Gannett. How to develop the right idea at the right time. That is the very first book I want to recommend that you read. Number two book is Creative Superpowers. Creative Superpowers. Creative Superpowers. The author, this has more than one author. I just wrote the first author et al. And I added et al., meaning that there are other authors. Laura Jordan Bambach. Laura Jordan Babach et al. Creative Superpowers. Equip yourself for the age of creativity. Equip yourself for the age of creativity. Then the third book I want to recommend is The Creative Act, A Way of Being by Rick Ruben. Guys, if you finish all of this book, you should become a creativity coach. Oh my goodness. Yes, ma'am, Evelyn. When you are a creative person, when you are a creative, people will love to associate with you. That's just it. Yes, this is it. You got it right. Creative Superpowers by Laura Jordan. Creative Superpowers by Laura Jordan. Then we have Creative Acts for Curious People by Sarah Stern Greenberg. Creative Acts for Curious People by Sarah Stern Greenberg. And then we have, okay, those are the four books I want to recommend. Go and read those books. Your life will never remain the same. So I'm going to read one of these books and share with you all in the book Motivation Monday. So if you miss it, no replay as usual. We started the no replay policy last Monday because a lot of you have not been showing up in that session. So we are going to keep the replays for those that will come in for bibliotherapy intensive that is loading. I don't know when it's going to come up. Hopefully, maybe the next 2 months, in the next 3 months, but it is loading. I'm cooking something for us in bibliotherapy intensive. So, Creative Superpowers by Laura Jordan. So, how creative are you? Let me ask you that question again. Have you thought about the numerous ways you can begin to do that thing in multiple ways? See, God in His infinite mercy has created, according to research, based on what sciences have been able to discover, that God has created more than 8,000 species. All right, 8,000 species of living things on Earth. More than 8,000 species on Earth. More than 8,000 species. I think everything, practically speaking, that God created, they are all living, they are all alive. Yes. So, more than 8,000. My minister says you pay $5 before you can get the replay. So more than 8,000 species, more than 8,000 species. And just look at the human species alone, the human species, Homo sapien. You discover that under the human species alone, we have over 8 billion people currently on planet Earth, and none of them are the same. Can you type that in the comments? Glory to God. This is so profound, guys. None of them are the same. I am not Friday, Sunday. I'm not Dora Code, so I'm not Mami Innocential. I am not you. You are not me. We are so uniquely different. God is so profound that He can produce 8 billion people on Earth, and none of them look alike. None of them are the same in terms of their DNA and their wiring. That is so profound. So, how dare you have a vision? have a purpose, and then you keep repeating just one thing the same way. Even if you want to repeat one thing, it means that you should be able to replicate that thing in different formats. You need to be able to replicate that thing in different formats. Allen, ALLEN. You should be able to replicate that thing in various formats. Do you see that? So your ability to do that is really very profound. Okay, so I said to expand your creative potential, it comes through practice. It comes through practice, and that's why we're talking about cultivating a creative practice. Now, if you are the type of person, when an idea drops in your heart, you go and sleep on it, you go and hide, you don't implement it. There is no way you can own your creative practice. If when I started off, okay, as a coach, as a thought leader many years ago, those ideas were dropping and I was not implementing on them, then I won't be here today. The first time the idea of bibliotherapy ever dropped in my heart, I had that session in 2021. I think that was first quarter of 2021, and I did not do it again. People registered for it. I think at that time I charged $5 for it. People registered. It was beautiful. I even had the session with my husband. The intensive package was with my husband. It was really beautiful. It was targeted for relationship only. Okay, so now I have not done it, but I'm looking at revisiting it. But there are a lot of things I'm trying to put in place. So you see that if that when that idea dropped in my heart, I never implemented on it, I would not even understand how to get better right now. Now that I'm going to be relaunching, do you see? So for you as a person, there is an idea in your heart right now. Go and implement, because that is how you grow. To expand your creative potential, you must continue to practice. You must continue to practice. You do it again and again and again, and it may look somehow like it's not beautiful enough, but you have to keep getting better. There are times that ideas drop in my heart right now, and I'm like, should I flow with it? If I don't have the push to do it, it means that I'm not delivering it at my best. It means that I'm not delivering it at my best. So what do? I work better to refine it. All right? I work on it better to refine it, because I have grown to a certain height that I cannot give less of what I am supposed to deliver. Do you understand? So there are people at a certain level of creativity right now. They'll look at what I'm doing like a child's play, and they'll be like, "What you doing? No, that's not beautiful enough. It's not. It's not bold enough. It's not audacious enough." And for me at this level, I look at some other things that people are also doing at their level. I'll be like, "No." But the truth is, for you to scale, you must be bold enough to take steps. You must be bold enough to do that thing. Thank God we live in the era of technology right now, that you don't have to be restricted. You don't have to be stalled or stifled not to take action. There are the gatekeepers have been we have changed their positions. Yes, now we have opportunity. In those days, for example, you want to become a talk show host, you have to go pay a certain TV station or radio channel so that they can give you, maybe in a week, they can just give 30 minutes to come and talk, or 15 minutes. But right now, you don't have to do that. YouTube is here, Instagram is there, Facebook is there. We have myriads of platforms out there right now that you can just step into and begin to have conversations like I am doing right now. Whether people listen to you or not, have a conversation and let it be there. Yes. For example, this is a YouTube platform we're streaming to. When I'm done with this conversation, I'm going to end it here, and a lot of people will come and watch the video. Okay? A lot of people will come and watch the video. The session we had last week, I think we were just barely less than 15 of us in the room. As at last time I checked, I discovered that more than 40 people have watched the video right now. So people from different walks of life, we jump on it at any given time and watch the videos and learn from them. Do you see that? So you don't have to stifle your creativity, because you can expand it. How do you expand it? By taking steps, by taking actionable steps. Have a goal, and also learn how to integrate feedback. Now, I have seen that the reason people don't grow with their creative practice is because they don't integrate feedback. They work in silos, they work in isolation. All right, they're just doing it all by themselves. They don't have people that they can talk to, people that they can connect to, that when they For example, on a weekly basis, when I put out my topic, I have to talk to my mentor. I'm like, this is the topic I want to speak on. What do you think? Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, why don't you do it this way? I brainstorm on it. I'm not working in isolation. Sometimes I come up with an idea and I'm even sharing it with you guys. I'm telling you, oh, this is what I'm going to be launching next. What do you guys think? And some of you are like, oh, Coach Rate is beautiful. Let's do it this way. Coach Rate. Some of you will come to my inbox and be like, Coach Rate, why don't you do it this way? Because I am open to this. It's a journey for me. All right. It's a personal transformational journey for me. All right. So you have to have a goal and learn how to integrate feedback maybe from a coach, from a leader, from a friend who is also someone on the same journey as you. Okay, someone who is also on the same journey as you. Integrate feedback. That is how to cultivate a creative practice. When you come up with an idea, have people that you can talk to, that you can rely on, you can have a conversation with, that can tell you whether you are okay with it, or maybe you should work on certain things or not. It is beautiful. Learn how to do that. Okay, so make it your mission to regularly and sequentially develop skills, all right, on this journey, because creativity thrives and grow in the place of mastery, and when we talk about mastery, we're talking about you developing skills, you building capacity for your next level. Make it your mission that on a monthly basis I must learn a skill. On a weekly basis, I must learn a skill. I've come to notice that whatever it is you want to learn right now, there is a teacher that is waiting to teach you that thing. Whether through a book, whether through an online course, whether through a YouTube video, whatever it is, there is a teacher that is waiting to teach you. Like the saying goes, when the student is ready, the teacher will be made available serendipitously in the earth realm. That's how life works. Okay, most of the moments and encounters that we usually experience in our world today, you discover that you were just thinking about something, all of a sudden it comes. I was just praying about something a few days ago. I've been really worried. I've been praying about it. I've gotten someone for that job, but the person is not delivering at the level that I want. I've been praying about really getting someone who will be my teacher, who will help me navigate that journey. And I was just scrolling through Facebook and I saw an ad. I'm like, oh my God, I've seen this person somewhere before, but I have been thinking, how do I assess this person and learn from them? And I saw an ad, for a program, for a training that I have been looking out for. I did not hesitate. I brought out my card and I was trying to, do the needful. Just this evening, I was so excited. I was so excited because I've gotten someone that I needed to teach me to walk through this phase of my life. So that is very important. Sequentially learn a skill. Just imagine, by the time I learn that skill, by the time I grow in it, I build capacity in it, and I come off and I'm telling you, oh, I can do this, I can do that. You're going to be like, oh, but faith, wow, that's beautiful. It is because I have taken time to sit down to learn, all right, to learn a skill so that my creativity can soar, so that I can grow in this. So you expand your creativity by taking steps. That's it, Ma'am Dora. So, do you understand? Geniuses are usually a product of their time rather than what we refer to as the universality of brilliance. Okay? Geniuses are usually a product of time rather than the universality of brilliance. What does that mean? When you look at me, the way I speak, the way I approach you, my confidence level, you're like, oh my God, this woman is so beautiful. She's so good the way she does it. But this is a product of time. This is a product of time. I've allowed time to take its course in my life. I've allowed time to train me. I've allowed myself to go through the process again and again and again and again. This is timing for me. Okay? As opposed to what we understand to be the universality of brilliance. Excuse me. Okay, rather than what we refer to as the universality of brilliance. So when you look at yourself and you are like, I think I need to develop this level of genius, capacity, to be able to take my creativity to the next level, begin to allow time take its course. Invest it properly. Invest it in your learnings, invest it in your reading, invest it in your trainings, invest it in coaching, invest it in book reading, invest it in everything that you can think about. Okay, investment is important. Do you get that, guys? So it's a product of time rather than universality brilliance of brilliance. Do you get that, guys? I hope you're learning something. If you're learning, tell me I'm learning. Are you learning something? All right, guys. So sorry about that break. I had to talk to the kids. They are disturbing me. So that is it. That is it. So creativity thrives in the place of mastery. It thrives in the place of mastery. Yes, it thrives in the place of mastery. I hope you're learning. Okay, I see you're learning. Beautiful. Okay, so let's look at the definition in itself. When we talk about cultivating a creative practice, from what we have learned so far, it means the intentional effort of developing skills, habits, routine, the mindset that is necessary to foster creativity. So you see that all that we are saying right now, mindset plays a crucial role. I would say 95% mindset plays a crucial role, because at the end of the day, when something comes to the heart and you want to do it, maybe your business, you want to implement it, maybe your career path or your creative pursuit, you want to implement it, your mindset will first tell you, oh, with that work, are you sure that will pay out? Are you sure that will give me profit? You know, begin to have different sort of back and forth, you know, thinking that at the end of the day, you may end up not even doing it. You may end up not having the energy you need to do the work. So, your ability to cultivate a creative practice means that you are intentionally developing habits, intentionality, habits, routines, mindset, okay, that is necessary for you to foster your creativity. See, now, the truth is, this thing that we call creativity is for every one of us, because it is in our blood, it's in our DNA, it's in us. In the beginning, the word of God says that God created the heavens and the earth. That was creativity in expression. So God bringing us into the realm of his creatures, of his creativity, and he has also given us the ability to be creative as well. So if you are not creative in your sphere, you should understand that there's a mindset problem. There is a mindset problem. Now, in the place of creativity, one beautiful thing about creativity is this. Don't even begin to think about, oh, if I do this project in this way, will it give me money? Don't do that. For me personally, for the longest of time in the coaching sphere, I have never been so attached. In the early days, I used to be attached to outcomes. But as I grew into the space, I realized that when you are attached to outcomes, you will end up with heartaches, because there are times you will do some launches that you will not even see any sign up of a student coming to register for your program, but you have spent money in advertisement. We have children program as well. You have spent money in advertising. Yes, we have spent money in advertising. We have spent money in doing a lot of things. We spend money in paying staff members, but at the end of the day, you don't make any return on investment immediately. But one thing I've seen is that your joy will only be coming at that level from the fact that you have been able to implement that expression, that idea that dropped in your heart. You did not allow it to die. You did not allow it to get rotten in the heart, in your mind. You took a bold step. But the challenge that is really stifling creativity these days is the fact that people are just, they're just like, if I do this thing this way, will it bring me this result? If I write this book, writing is a form of creativity. Will it sell? Will people buy? If I go in for this kind of art flows, will it bring me the dividend that I need? Do you get it? That is the challenge with a lot of people. Guys, go and read The Practice by Seth Godin. If you read that book by Seth Godin was talking about when he started off this journey in the early 90s. Can you imagine? I was just in, maybe I wasn't even born when it started, but in the early 90s, I was born already. I was born in the early 90s. So he said when he started off this practice as a marketing blogger, he was writing a lot of articles on marketing, this and that. People will read his long articles, they will bless his life and all of that. It wasn't something that was commonly or beautiful at that time, but he kept on doing it. If you read The Practice, you understand that creativity is a journey. Creativity is what we are created for. It's a journey of expression. Just imagine when God created the mango tree, and it was not only the mango tree, you need to sell, you need to grow very fast and sell so that I will make money from it. Then he created the guava, and it's not calculating the number of fruits that will come out from guava, so I will market it. No, you are like your Father God. You should not begin to think in that light. Understand that when I'm able to step into my realm of creativity, which is my realm of sacredness, I should not be attached to the outcome so much. Because when you become attached to the outcome, you are going to be stifled. You are going to be discouraged at some point when you do not get the result that you're looking out for, when you put your plus and minuses together. Do you see what I'm saying, guys? You are going to be so angry. Like you've told yourself, oh, I want to do this thing like this. Just enjoy the process. That is what it means to practice creativity. Why didn't I even recommend the work of Seth Godin in the first place? So go and read The Practice as well. Add it to today's recommendation. Let me write it down. There was a time, if you go to our leaders Facebook group, there was a time I was really doing read along consistently, but I've not been doing it. That things have taken my attention. I'm writing it down, guys. You can also write it there. The Practice by Seth Godin. Seth Godin, the marketing genius. Yes. So there was a time I was doing read along on the Facebook community page on Facebook. So you can go and listen to those videos. They're so powerful because the book has over 200 chapters. Each of the chapters, some of them are just in 2 paragraphs. Go and read those thoughts. They are so profound. So creativity is a journey of expression. That is it. That is it. It's a journey of expression. Friday, I hope you are posting these things in the Telegram community so that we'll be seeing what they are missing. It's a journey of expression. It's a journey of unleashing. It's a journey of doing what is necessary for you to ensure that you live your best life. Yes, you have to be able to express it. And like I said already, that creativity is not solely about your genius capacity. It is centered around the universality of your brilliance. The universality of your brilliance. That is what it is. Do you get it, guys? Yes. So cultivating a creative practice refers to the intentional effort of developing habits. So if you have not been intentionally developing habits to ensure that you're able to express your creativity, then today you have to wake up. You have to wake up because the world needs your genius. If Thomas Edison, today we are enjoying the dividend of all that Thomas Edison did. We are enjoying it so well. You can see me so bright right now. Where I have about 5 different light making. Yes, that is why you can see me so brightly. That's why you can see me so brightly this hour. Because of somebody's expression. He didn't give up. He kept on repeating it in the same way. There has to also be a routine. When it comes to creativity, there comes a time you have a routine that allows you to get into your sacred zone where you are able to express yourself, where you are able to express your brilliance, where you are able to show forth that wisdom and that uniqueness that you have within. There has to be a routine. For some people, it's meditation or what we call mindfulness practice. That's how you own it. For some people, it could be journaling. Last week, I spoke so much about journaling, guys. Go and watch last week's video. It was so powerful. I taught on journaling on a deeper level, right? So go and check out that video for last week. If you miss it, go and check it out on this channel. All right. So it could be journaling for you as a routine to help you on your awareness. Remember, this is you. This is your uniqueness. This is your brilliance. There is a wiring that you bring to the marketplace. So your ability to begin to think about, even if it is just about writing, there's a way you write. Your writing differs from every other kind of writing. Yes, it differs from every other type of writing. You are unique in your own way. Do you understand? So you must be able to understand your strength, because one of the best way to becoming a creative person is understanding your strength, all right, and knowing how to leverage your weaknesses. Yes, that's the book, Mandora, The Practice by Seth Godin. So you need to understand that there is a routine that you need to begin to develop to ensure that you're able to remain creative. That's why I really do not like the hustling spirit. Although there are times that you have to step into maybe certain position because of situations of things, but the truth is, it is not the best for our nature. It is not the best for our wiring. Yes, you being able to step into your creative potential is what matters. You look at the likes of those guys that came up with, that do songs, hymns. I know that some of you are very creative, but it's almost like there is no structure. Yes, there's no structure around your creativity. So people are always tilting towards the aspect of creativity that has better structure. You are even told, see, if your passion, what you are interested in is not giving you money, better stop it and go and look for something else to do. It's killing us. It's killing us. So, for example, the music industry has a structure. So if you say to people that I'm a music person, I love to sing, there's already a structure. You're looking for a record label, you're looking for someone, you're looking for an industry that can bring you in so that they're able to help you blow up, right? If you say you are a writer, there's already an industry, you can write books, right? You say you are whatever it is you know how to do. Maybe you're a cook, you're a chef. There are ways you can also position yourself and also begin to do the needful. Now the truth is, whatever it is you want to do these days, that's why I just love the book by Gary V so much. Gary Vaynerchuk, the book Crush It and Crushing It. I can never let go of those books. When he was really deliberating, he deliberated so much. Crushing It is a sequel to Crush It. Deliberated so much around the need for us to begin to um on a deeper dive, yeah, the need for us to begin to understand how we can speak out, how we can express ourselves in the times that we're in, but with our passion, okay, with our passion, so that we can be able to reach out to the world. So if you read the work of Gary Vaynerchuk, Crush It and Crushing It, you learn how he was able to turn just the wine uh, family business into a massive platform just by developing content. Like Seth Godin would always say that there's a revolution in the world of advertisement, and the very first phase of that revolution is content creation. I can never forget that. Not even general advertisement that we know of, like running Facebook ad and all of that. No, it's content creation. That is the first phase of content revolution that we have entered into. So maybe you could just pick an aspect and you begin to deliberately dig deep and create content, educate people, develop yourself in the process, and share thoughts and ideas with people in that space. Mama Lubimi, you're welcome to class. Share thoughts with people in that space, and you're going to see that life will get better. So this routine is important for cultivating a creative practice. These habits that you need to also build are important. Like I said already, you must build them sequentially. You must build them sequentially, one on top of the other. All right. As you build one, you build another. That's why there has to be feedback. Okay. There has to be a feedback mechanism. There has to be a goal. There has to be a purpose that will truly help you to continue on the journey, so that you don't retrogress. You are always progressing, you're always moving from one level to another, and you're always scaling. So, like I also said already, that there is a mindset that is necessary for you to develop that creative practice. That we all are creative at our core. We all are creative at our core. There is something that is calling you right now. There's something that is crying out from the inside, but you are just not doing nothing about it. You're just not doing nothing about it. You're sleeping around it and you're procrastinating, right? So there is a journey that you need to embark on. And I said it is an intentional journey that requires effort and commitment to building habits. Okay, you can go and read Superhuman by Habits. You can go and read that to learn more about habits. There's also the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. There is the Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. These are all books on habits, and then we'll now begin to also talk about routine. So, like the first routine I mentioned, I said mindfulness, right? Remember, mindfulness is really being present, learning how to be present, learning how to be still, learning how to control your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, and taking control of your surroundings, taking control of your environment. So, mindfulness techniques like meditation is really very important to help you nurture this creativity. Remember, creativity as it is, once you are able to understand that routine that really is your core area of sacredness or your core zone of getting in the state of optimal flow, okay, that allows you to come up with brilliance all the time, you become a warehouse. You become a warehouse. You'll be selling creativity. You'll be selling creativity. Like somebody will come to me now and be like, Coach Wait, you stole my idea. Coach Wait, you stole my idea. I wanted to implement that idea and you stole it. I'm going to be looking at this person and be like, I don't get it. Because right now, as I'm seated here, guys, I already have more than 5 to 10 different ideas I want to implement this year in terms of coaching, in terms of programs, in terms of launches. I already have more than 5 to 10. But I'm not only thinking which one should come first, which one should come after, based on the resources available at my disposal. That is my thought right now. So I would not even have the energy to be thinking about collecting somebody's ideas. How many of you have heard of that before? Somebody will come up and be like, oh, they stole my idea. That was my idea. I'm like, if I see you doing it, I'm not going to do it again. Because I love to be unique. I love that feel of uniqueness where I come up. Most times I will do this to people, will be like, what's she bringing? What's she doing? You don't even understand, guys. You can relate. When I started off with Transcend with books, it was so novel. In fact, I shared it in different platforms. I told some people to help me share. I ran out to it. Before I knew it, I saw another person. After I did it, the person was doing almost similar thing, but the person named it another thing. And this same person was in Transcend first edition. When I saw it, I was just laughing. I was laughing. This same person was in Transcend with first edition. After I rounded off, after the person saw the structure, went and created our own. All right, this one. So what am I saying in a nutshell? If I see you doing it, I will not do it again because I have multiple things I want to do. And even if I want to do it, I will do it in a different way. That's what will make you a unique individual. Do you understand? So get to understand you, your personality. That owning of awareness is very important. When we say owning, we are talking about mastering yourself, mastering who you are. So that anytime you want to do that thing, you want to come up with that idea, you just switch. You know what it means to switch? Just switch it into the zone and you just be there. By the time you come out, you are like, oh my God, you are coming up with a lot of them. Do you understand? You're even selling some. You're like, Friday, come and buy. I've come up with an idea for you. And that is why people who have been able to understand their levels of creativity, when you come into their space, like I do, maybe in the area of coaching and all of that, when you give me your idea, when you give me your trunk, like the trunk of the tree, like you give me your what your vision looks like, I can create multiples of ideas out of it because I'm always in that zone. By the time I brainstorm upon it for some time, I'm going to come up with alternatives. And it's not because I'm a superhuman, it's because I have understood how to own myself, how to get into the zone, how to switch into that zone. Just imagine somebody like Thomas Edison doing one thing 10,000 ways. What can't have you not thought about it? This one a human being. How did he do this in different ways? I saw something recently and I shared it on my status that one of the the first electric pen that Thomas Edison created is the same pen that was used that they are using to create tattoo right now, people's body, something like that. So what am I saying in a nutshell? You must learn that routine that allows you to get in the zone. You must practice it, you must be deliberate. And from the inception, I said, how do you do that? You do that by taking steps. When an idea strikes your heart, you don't play with them. You become restless. That is it. You are like an incubator, you are a vessel, right? As it drops, you are praying about it, you're moving around, you're looking, you're asking yourself, God, how do I implement this idea? What should I do about it? Who do I need to teach me? What kind of resources do I need to implement on this? That should become your person because that's what you're created for. Remember, I said, don't be attached to outcome. It's only when you're attached to outcome you now begin to think, should I do it? Should I not do it? Yes, if you are not attached to outcome 100% and you are expressing your creativity, the reward will definitely come. The reward will definitely come. How many of you have read Give and Take by Adam Grant? We read it in the Smart Readers Academy last year. Give and Take by Adam Grant. How many of you have read it? Most of the great men and women that wrote the hymns, some of those thick hymns, for those of you that go to church, that we sing in church, songs like maybe if you've heard this song like abide with me, fast for the evil times, the darkness deepens, Lord with me abide, when all my help has failed, comfort flee. Songs like that, those kind of songs, those guys that came up with those music, with those hymns, there was no structure then to pay them, but they were so soaked in the zone that somebody can, in fact, somebody in this very room was telling me a story that some of these guys will go to the bush for like 7 days. They will go there and go and be writing songs as those things are dropping. That is what it means to be a creative person. I call it sacredness. Creativity is holiness, it's awesomeness. Do you understand? You cannot tell me that you are a child of God and that you have the Holy Spirit, but you are not creative. You are not expressing anything in the earth realm. It means that you don't know who you are. So somebody will go to the bush and go and spend 1 week. And when they are coming back with loads of that they have written down. Whenever they sing those songs, you'll be seeing heaven. So in your realm of creativity, maybe you play the instrument, you play the violin, you play the guitar, you dance. How do you get into the zone? How do you get into the zone? Beyonce once says that something gets over her, something's going to get over her. She's going to get in the zone. And immediately she gets into that zone, she now begins to dance in a different. Any one person who has been in the world of creativity for the longest of time knows that there is a zone called sacredness. All right, there is a zone called sacredness. When you get into that realm, you come up with a lot of brilliant ideas. Now it's not up to you whether you want to implement on them or not. If you don't implement them, you cannot grow in your creative practice. That is what I am saying. If you do not implement on them, you will not grow in your creative practice. And most often, on the ones that you have, more will not come. There are times that I come up with an idea and I implement on it. For example, when we had Transcend with Books, the very first edition, I was like, this is it. This is it. This is the topmost of the toppest idea in this realm. My God. Now, immediately you are done implementing, you just be relaxing one day, just be resting your head, and boom, back, they will just be coming. Other ideas that are in that same space, in that same sphere that you have yielded yourself as a vessel, they will just be dropping. They will just be dropping, and you'll be like, I thought that was the highest idea I could implement. I thought that was the highest level of creativity that I could go. Creativity is a bottomless pit. I would say the the wider it becomes, the more your eyes will begin to open, because this is the realm of God. Your eyes will begin to open. You begin to see things. You begin to be like, oh my God, I never knew I could do this in this way. Remember, I said it is doing one thing 1,000 ways, right? Are you getting light, guys? So, are you ready to step into that realm? Are you ready to step into that realm? Yes, in the book Give and Take, Adam Grant spoke about three categories of people: the givers, the takers, and the matchers. The givers, the takers, and the matchers. Most of the times, the givers are always people who give without trying to look for return on investment. But most times, we feel that these givers, they don't know what they are doing. They don't have wisdom. They don't know how to monetize their passion and their investment. All right. If you want to learn more, go and read the book. There's a way to balance on it, because we're almost done right now, so that you understand that you don't have to be attached to the outcome of creativity, because creativity is God. All right. So the number two is observation. That is another routine that you can begin to look into. I'm thinking about teaching observation on a deeper level. What do you guys think? If you want me to teach observation on a deeper level, type observation uh, if you're watching this on the replay, also type observation. Observation is necessary for for you to be able to harness your curiosity. Yes, when you are actively observing the world around you with so much curiosity and openness. In the big five personality, the ocean methodology, OCEAN, I said the O there is openness to experience, right? So your ability to be open to experience, open to new things, paying attention to nuances, paying attention to patterns in the environment. Okay, it's observation. Observation is such a powerful thing. You can just be seated and you are seeing things. People are seeing the same thing, but you are seeing it in a different way, because you have gone far. You're no longer in this realm. So observation is also another routine that you have to begin to build, so that you can cultivate a creative practice. Then another thing is experimentation. There is a book called The Alien, Alien, Alien. A there is for, I'll check it out. Yeah, I'll check it out. If I'm able to recall it, I'll recommend it in the group. All right. If you're not in our Telegram community, there's a link in this description. Make sure you join our Telegram community. And congratulations, Friday. Friday has shown up one of our major Telegram community manager. So he's going to be giving most of the announcement. I believe by now the room should be flooded with so much. So guys, let's cooperate with him, even as he is able to also lead us in that dimension. Thank you so much. So, experimentation is beautiful. Your ability to be willing to try new things. Do you see? So, are you willing to experiment? I think I want to teach experimentation more. People do not know what is experimentation. They just feel that life is about knowing everything and taking steps. Life is about experimentation. Now, one part of the Bible that brought me thinking, how many of you can remember the words of Apostle Paul? Apostle Paul says, we know in part. We know in part. We prophesy in parts. Everything we do is in parts. No matter how much you know just a fragment, just the tiniest of the tiniest detail. That's what you comes up and say, I'm a PhD holder, I'm doctor. Go and ask the person. Maybe the person is a doctor inside one small thing like this, because you've been able to study that thing in detail, right? So experimentation is your ability to allow yourself to fail, even on the path of creativity. Yes, allow yourself to make mistakes. You do that thing and it did not make any sense. People did not buy into it. It's okay. There's nothing bad in it. In business, they call it creating a prototype, right? That's experimentation. You experiment on it. Somebody, the author of Lean Startup was saying that after they have created this massive idea, they were jumping up, hey, this idea is going to hit, this idea is going to make sense. And they implemented it. Thank God they did not do the big stuff. They implemented it. And just one or two persons bought into it. So what am I saying in a nutshell? Experimentation is important. Your ability to try new things, to experiment, to fail, to try new things. That's what experimentation is. Experimentation is important. You have to be willing to try new things. Your ability to be open to experience, open to new things. Your ability to be open to experience, open to new things. creative pursuit, it is called experimentation. It involves exploring different mediums, different techniques. Life is really about experimenting. Yeah, experimenting on what, because constantly today is day 8, right? Tomorrow is going to be day 9. You don't know what tomorrow holds, right? That's why life is experimentation. You don't know what tomorrow holds. You may just wake up tomorrow morning, you just see another news that, oh, this one happened. We were all enjoying ourselves. We made New Year resolutions in 2019, 2020 January. We made New Year resolutions. So I want to do this, I want to do that. Boom, April, March, April, the pandemic came. In 2020, we were all locked down in our houses. We didn't go nowhere. That's how unpredictable life can be. So if life can be this unpredictable, it means that your ability to understand that life is itself is not predictable should understand that you have to learn to experiment with the ideas that are coming to you. When you experiment an idea and somebody likes the idea, good and fine. Whoever told somebody in my place that ogbono soup was you going to pluck bush mango, then you remove the seed, then you grind it, you prepare it as ogbono soup? Whoever told somebody that? People have been experimenting food. And I believe that our foremost father that came up with all of the different vegetables and things that were eating, most of them died eating certain vegetables that they were not meant to eat until they were able to come up with different recipes, different type of food that were constantly tweaking and eating. Do you understand that? So experimentation is also a routine, a habit that you have to note in the place of owning your creativity. I've shared 3 major things: mindfulness, observation, and experimentation. You can call it the MOA methodology. Mindfulness, observation, and experimentation. Maybe we're going to dive deep into any of these ones so that you can understand it on a deeper level. That it is beautiful for you to experiment. There's nothing bad in it. That you come up with an idea, you're like, Coach Faith, I want to implement this idea. What do you think? Immediately you ask me, what do you think? The next thing I'm telling you is go and do it. Have you started already? One of my eyes still closed. Have you started? Let me hear that you have launched it already. Do you understand? There's nothing but that's why I said in your creative practice, you must have a goal and then integrate feedback. So you see that experimentation is a process whereby you go out there and practice something and then you come back, you get the feedback you need, and then you go again. Do you see that? So these are very powerful models. If you can implement them, your creative pursuit is going to be so astounding. Yes, remember, if you're a creative person, you leave others behind. You're going to leave them behind. You're going to stop sitting at the bottom of the ladder. Oh, let's meet, let's do the no. You're going to stop scrambling. You're going to be flying up there because your creativity is top notch. It takes boldness. It takes a lot. Yes, it takes a lot. Guys, what do you have for me? Do you have any question? Let me answer one question. Just one. If you have a question, you can type it. I see 5 of you in the room. Beautiful. This is the Readers Public Show. I recommend a lot of books. If you've listened to me from the beginning, I've done more than 10 book recommendations in the show today. So, guys, go and read any of them. Like I said, I'm going to pick one of those books and read again and teach us, especially the 4 major that I recommended for the course of this class. If you were not here, go ahead and listen to the replay of this very class so you can get it straight. Okay, so we're going to be having our book motivation Monday, every Monday by 5 a.m. 30 minutes. So going forward, guys, we show up in class after 30 minutes of conversation. I'm back, all right, by speaking. That alone would also help you to begin to practice and build yourself. So I'll teach for 30 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes, and I'll give 5 minutes to 10 minutes for 1 or 2 persons to speak in addition to what will be shared so that you all can keep learning as well and growing even as I also grow. Yes, this is a journey of intentional, personal transformation. You cannot afford to play with this journey. You cannot afford to. People are looking up to you, all right? What's your goal? What's your target? That between now and the next 1 year, this is what I want to become. In the next 1 or 2 years, this is what I want to become. It is possible, right? It is possible, guys. It is possible. Everything is possible to them that believe. So we do this every Friday by 8 p.m. If it's not going to hold, I would not design a flyer. Yes, but we do it every Friday as God will help us, except for some unforeseen circumstances that we may not that will be beyond our control, which we can is life, nature, which we might not be able to control part time. But the book Motivation Monday comes up every Monday morning by 5 a.m. We have other programs in between. If you want coaching, you can reach out to me. You want to join our book club so you can read those books on intentional level. I think the business book club, we are currently reading The Practice by Seth Godin. Ma'am Essential, am I right? So if you want to join our book club, it's affordable. You can reach out to us. I'll drop a link to the book club page so you read more about it, learn more about it, and come and join us so you can grow. All right. You see, most of the things I have shared, okay, this growth has been as a result of consistent learning, consistent reading, consistent experimentation. And these are the journeys I'm sharing with you on my different platforms when I come up to teach like this. Just imagine if you could get free sessions like this, how would the paid session be? So that's how it works. Anyway, for showing up, and I hope to have you see you again in our subsequent editions. Thank you. I have not seen any questions, so I have to go right now. It's late already. Let me allow you guys to go and sleep. I hope you've enjoyed tonight. Thank you for your time, guys. Yay! It's been beautiful. It's been beautiful. So whenever you see our program like this, you see how loaded it is. Make sure you always share. Cultivating a creative practice, how to own your awareness and become receptive to inspiration. My God, I think I've done a lot of breakdown to this subject. Guys, can you attest to that? Thank you. Thank you for enjoying every bit of it Friday. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I'll see you guys next week. Bye for now.